topic for today. Let us first answer this activity. Class, kindly say true if the statement follows the correct subject-verb agreement, and say false if it is not. Okay, number 1. The children are dancing gracefully. Is it true or false?
True!
Okay, very good. Okay, how about number 2? My classmates are gorgeous. Does it follow the correct subject-verb agreement? True or false?
False!
Okay, very good. Number 3. The schools have rules to follow. True or false?
True!
Okay, very good. Number 4. Victoria are beautiful. True or false?
False!
Number 5. He is a hardworking student. True or false?
True!
Okay, very good. Okay, class. Our topic for today is all about subject-verb agreement. The main objective of this lesson is to let the learners correctly and effectively use the subject-verb agreement rules in their academic writing. Let us first discuss the meaning of a subject and a verb. The subject of a sentence is the person, place, thing, or idea that is doing something, while the verb refers to the action performed by the subject. How about what is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreement means that subject and verb must always agree in number. A singular subject requires a singular verb, and a plural subject requires a plural verb. Now, let us discuss the 9 rules of subject-verb agreement. Rule number 1. A singular subject requires a singular verb. A plural subject requires a plural verb. In contrast with pluralization of nouns, where we are adding s at the end of the noun, plural form of the verb doesn't have s at the end. It is in its based form. For example, Idina sings beautifully. Idina, the subject, which is singular, so we use singular verb which is sings. Another example, the boys go to church. The noun boys is in plural form, and we use the verb go, which is also in plural form. But there are exemptions to this rule. The pronouns I and you follow a different rule. Example, I walk at the park. You wash the dishes. The subject in the given sentence, I and you, are both singular. However, the pronouns I and you are always paired with plural action verbs. Rule number 2. The second rule is compound subjects connected by and use a plural verb. Example, Chad and Rachel are transferring to another school. When we say compound subjects, we are pertaining to 2 or more subjects, and because they are more than one, we're going to use the plural form of the verb. Again, Chad and Rachel are transferring to another school. Rule number 3. Consider the subject closer to the verb of 2 or more subjects joined by or nor. Example, either her colleagues or her boss leads the opening. When you see the conjunction or nor used in a sentence, you are going to use the subject closest to the verb as a reference. It will be the one to determine whether you are going to use singular or plural form of the verb. Boss is singular, so we use it as a reference to make our verb singular. Rule number 4. If there is a phrase that comes between the subject and the verb, consider the subject and not the noun or pronoun in the phrase. Example, The teacher as well as her students walks to the library. Subject-verb agreement in sentences can be confusing, especially when there is a phrase between subject and the verb. That is why you need to find first the subject as you analyze the sentence. Teacher is our subject, so we use the singular form of the word walks. We disregard the phrase as well as her students because our main subject is the teacher.
Rule number 5.
We have each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anybody, anyone, nobody, somebody, someone, no one. These are all singular and requires a singular verb. Example: nobody remembers who led the school hymn last week. You should keep in mind that although they might seem many, but we should use the singular form of the verb when they are our subject.
Rule number 6.
Words such as mathematics, measles, physics, news, and the like are nouns that end with S but are not considered plural. These nouns require singular verb. Example: physics is a difficult subject. If you are not sure whether or not a word that ends with S is a singular, you should try speaking them out loud without S at the end. For example, physic, mathematic. Are there such words as physic or mathematic? Of course, they aren't. You should speak them out loud. If they sound silly, then it's probably wrong. So always be mindful and study the subject carefully. Failure to analyze the subject well will lead to the wrong usage of verb form.
Rule number 7.
Words such as scissors, tweezers, trousers, shears, and the like are always considered plural. Example: my shorts are made of pure cotton. Those things always come in pair, so you should always use plural form of the verb when they are used as a subject.
Rule number 8.
The word here and there are not subjects. When the sentence starts with these words, the subject is placed after the verb. For example, in the sentence, there is my jacket. There in that sentence simply tells something about the location of the subject of our sentence, which is my jacket. What if we are going to pluralize the subject? We are going to change it into jackets. What we are going to use as a verb? Very good. We are going to use are, so the subject will be there are my jackets.
And rule number 9.
We have team, committee, class, family, and the like are collective nouns. In considering collective nouns as either singular or plural, you have to analyze how the verbs are used. If the group acts as one doing the same action, then the subject is singular. If the group acts individually, doing different things, the subject is plural. Sentence analysis is very important, especially when we are dealing with collective nouns as our subjects. If they are in agreement and doing one thing similar, you are going to use the singular form of the verb. But if they are not in agreement and the members of the group are doing different things, you are going to use plural form of the verb.
Now, for the evaluation, class, Get a one whole sheet of paper and kindly answer the following activity.
Observe or correct subject-verb agreement in each item. Fill in the blanks with the correct answer. Number 1. She loves or loves to travel abroad. Number 2. None of us know or knows what the future will be. Number 3. The teachers teach or teaches very well. Number 4. They does or do so many great things. Number 5. Elena recites the poem accurately.
And for your assignment to be submitted tomorrow, you have to make or write a short paragraph about yourself with the proper usage of subject-verb agreement. That's all for today, class. This is your teacher, Cristine Bughao, saying thank you and may God bless us all.